In ancient Rome, one name stood for power, ambition, and endless controversy: Julius Caesar. But on a day that would live in infamy, the Ides of March, this mighty leader met a dramatic and bloody end. His story is one of a man who changed the world, only to be struck down at the height of his power. As Caesar's influence spread like wildfire, his ambitions began to clash with the very foundations of the Roman Republic. He had conquered Gaul, crossed the Rubicon, and made himself dictator for life. To many, he was a hero of the people. But to a growing number of senators, he was a tyrant in the making, a threat that had to be eliminated. They saw his rise not as progress, but as the death of Roman liberty. Whispers turned to plots in the shadowy corners of the Senate. A conspiracy began to form, led by men Caesar trusted, including the famous Marcus Junius Brutus. They believed that to save the Republic, they had to kill the man who led it. They chose a date for their desperate act, the Ides of March, the 15th of the month. On that fateful morning in 44 B.C., Caesar entered the theater of Pompey for a Senate meeting. He had been warned of danger, but he dismissed the omens. As he took his seat, the conspirators surrounded him, pretending to present a petition. Suddenly, they drew daggers hidden in their togas. One by one they struck. Caesar fought back, but he was outnumbered. He was stabbed 23 times, falling at the base of a statue of his great rival Pompey. The deed was done. The assassination sent shockwaves through the city. Instead of restoring the Republic, the conspirators had plunged Rome into chaos and civil war. The power vacuum Caesar left behind was immense, and a brutal struggle for control began. The people of Rome, who had loved Caesar, were enraged, and the city descended into violence. In the end, the death of Julius Caesar did not save the Republic. It hastened its demise. From the ashes of the Civil War, a new figure would rise: Caesar's own great-nephew and adopted son, Octavian. He would hunt down the assassins, defeat his rivals, and eventually become Augustus, the very first emperor of Rome. The Ides of March, intended to preserve the old ways, ultimately paved the way for an empire. The legacy of that single, violent day reminds us how fragile power can be, and how one event can forever alter the course of history. Thanks for watching. If you want to dive deeper into incredible historical stories like this, make sure to subscribe.